you've had a remarkable career. A couple of years ago, I thought it was going sideways, right? 2017 did not go the way you wanted. 2018, you came back. You were banged up. I think you only made 8 starts or something like that. Your contract was up. Nobody would have begrudged you if you had said, hey, listen, I got 4 little girls at home. I don't think your son was here yet.
Yep.
Nobody would have thought a second if you had just said, hey, man, it's been a great run. I'm gone. Why did you come back?
Well, you weren't wrong. It was going sideways, and it was going downhill bad and going downhill fast. What happened was, this all traces back to 2014, about midway through the season. I'm pitching against the Mets at Shea Stadium or Citi Field, whichever one it was at that point, probably Citi at that point.
Yeah.
And it's like the 7th inning. I got a 2-hitter, a 1-hitter. I got like 70 pitches. We're winning, I don't know, 4-0 or 3-0. I'm just pitching really great. The whole season, I got like a 1.5 ERA. I'm just pitching really great. I've never felt that great on the mound before. And I throw a pitch, jam the hitter. He pops up like real kind of short between first base and the pitcher's mound. And I run over to catch the ball. And as I do, it's pouring outside, and I slip and I hyperextend my knee. And so I ended up coming out of the game after that inning, and I pitched, and I kept pitching, but because my knee was hyperextended, I had to land slightly different. And so 2 or 3 starts later, landing different and whatever, some pressure started happening on the backside of my elbow because I had to change my mechanics a little bit. And that season, at the end of the season, I ended up having to get a little cartilage removed. And it all stems back from that one thing. 117, I had another cartilage flare up that was really, I mean, every time I threw a pitch, it was bone on bone. You could hear it like this. Every pitch, bam, bam, bam. And it got to a point where, I grinded as much as I could, but it was not good. I mean, at one point, I was throwing like 80 miles an hour, trying to figure out a way to get it to work out. 18, I came back and somewhat healed. It wasn't great. Same kind of thing. Bam, 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 every pitch. And it hurt my stomach. Every pitch I threw, it hurt my stomach. And I did not want to play baseball anymore. It wasn't fun anymore. It hurt so bad, but I was under contract and I felt like I needed to go out and perform just to live up to what the Cardinals had given me so much. And I felt like I owed it to them. Well, in my rehab, I go on the DL, and on my rehab assignment, it stops recovering at all. It's just getting worse. And so I say, dude, like you said, it's been a good run, man. This isn't fun anymore. This hurts. Like I can't even pick my fork up without dropping it sometimes because it hurts so much. And I'm like, I always tell myself, when the game stops being fun or I stop being good at it, I'm out. It's been a great run, and it stopped being fun. And I stopped being good at it, and I was hurt. So it's time to go, right? So I shut it down for like a whole month. And I was just kind of, keeping my body in shape, but I wasn't throwing it all because it just didn't, it hurts so bad. Well, my teammate Dominic Leone went on the DL, and he didn't have a throwing partner at home. The team was on the road. And so I picked the ball up, and I just thought, there's got to be some kind of way for me to throw this ball back to him without it hurting, so bad. And so I literally started I started shot putting it, like long top, like as long as I could make my arm in the back to get it to go back to him. And I was like, oh, that's pretty, that doesn't hurt too bad. That's fine. That's fine. And so over the next couple of weeks, throwing with Dom, we started to stretch back more and more and more. And just adding I didn't have to go so far back, but just adding like another inch or two on my arm swing in the back allowed me to get past whatever mechanical thing was going on my elbow. And I stopped feeling it so much. And it just had like a little bit of something, but pitchers have to deal with all the time. So I'm like, oh man, maybe I could come back. And so at the end of the year, I came back, a miracle. I thought I was just going to go on a rehab assignment, make 1 or 2 starts, get out of there, tip the hat, say thanks or whatever. And I go in, I'm pitching against the Dodgers at home, and I threw 6 shutout innings against the Dodgers. And for whatever reason, my mind went from this is the last start of my career to holy crap, I might be able to still do this. And it gave me such an internal drive because I'm motivated more than anything in my life by someone telling me I can't do something. And so I find ways for that to be a motivating factor, even when people didn't even say it. I'll create it. Oh, he's too old. Oh, you think I'm too old? And the guy's like, what? I just ordered my breakfast. I don't even know what you're talking about. And I'll put it on that. I'll put it on reporters sometimes that they'll ask me a question. I'll be like, oh, is that right? You don't think I can do it? And then they're like, that's not what I said. So I kind of do that sometimes. But I created this narrative in my head where they don't think I could come back. They think I'm broken and that, because everywhere I go in the city, people are going, hey, man, thanks for the memories. It's been great. It's been great. It's been a good run, and they were right. It was a good run and it was probably needed to be over. But once I started hearing that now with this new mindset, I go, I got people to prove wrong. And so I told Mo, I couldn't wait. 30 minutes after the season, I was ready to sign a contract. I don't care, $50. I want to come back and I want to prove that I can still do this. And I pitched okay in 19. And really from the second half of 19 on, my elbow stopped hurting completely. And the new mechanics kind of set in and I changed my diet completely. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the incredible work that all our staff did to help me get back. Our nutritionists, our trainers, our strength trainers, everybody put so much time and effort into getting me back. It's crazy. I changed my diet completely. I stopped eating for 18 months. I didn't eat any gluten, dairy, sugar, or processed foods of any kind. Oh I changed my workout completely. I changed my conditioning program completely because if I wanted to keep doing it, I had to change.
Yeah.
If I didn't change, I'm out of the game. So here we are 4 years later, still playing the game. Makes absolutely no sense to me other than I've got incredible people working around me and just been incredibly blessed to be able to and fortunate to be able to go out there and do this still.